Hey guys, Ben here for International MMA with my predictions of UFC 165, John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson. It goes down Sunday, the 22nd of September. So let's jump into the predictions. We're just going to be predicting the main card today. So first of all, we have Pat Healy versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov, if you've not heard of him, he is coming up through the ranks very fast. He's been ripping through the division, and he's an absolute force at 20-0. A great Russian sambo fighter, very athletic wrestling, good striking with definite knockout power. And then we've got Pat Healy, who's a bit of a veteran now. He's been fighting for a long time, and he's always been very relevant in the lightweight division. His last fight, he fought against Jim Miller, beat Jim Miller by submission. That was very impressive because Jim Miller seems to be almost unsubmittable. But Pat Healy did it. Unfortunately, Pat Healy's win was turned over due to testing positive for marijuana. I won't go into that, but I've got a few issues with the marijuana in MMA problems, but we'll leave that. And let's talk about this fight. Pat Healy's gonna want to sort of take this fight to the ground. Now, this is going to be difficult for Pat Healy to do, as Khabib is an excellent and a very athletic wrestler, and Pat Healy's more of like a technical wrestler. So, in the wrestling, I give the edge to the younger, athletic Khabib Nurmagomedov, and in the striking, even though Pat Healy can strike, he only uses his striking to set up takedowns. Khabib Nurmagomedov, he uses his striking to knock you out, put you away. So in all aspects of the fight, I'm looking at the younger up-and-comer, the Russian, Khabib Nurmagomedov, the guy with the wild white afro when he does the weigh-ins. So keep an eye out for him. But it's going to be an awesome fight. It's going to be a war. But I'm picking Khabib Nurmagomedov in that fight. Next, we have Costa Philippou versus Francis Calmont. Francis Calmont, in his last couple fights, they both could have gone either way. He fought Lawrence Larkin last in kind of a boring fight. Francis Calmont, he just doesn't seem to want to pull the trigger. He's just looking to either outstrike or out-wrestle his opponent for 3 rounds. Costa Philippou, on the other hand, is looking to put his opponent away as fast as possible. He's got tremendous boxing, fantastic knockout power, hasn't been knocked out, hasn't been submitted. In this fight, I'm picking Costa Philippou all day. In the striking, his striking isn't as versatile as Francis Calmont's, but he definitely has more knockout power than Francis Calmont. As far as wrestling, I think Costa Philippou's got the takedown and defence to stop Francis Calmont taking it to the ground. So Costa Philippou, he may even be able to put away Francis Calmont in the early rounds. So my prediction for the second fight of the main card is Costa Philippou. Then we have Brendan Schaub versus Matt Mitrione. This is going to be a really close fight and a fight I'm really looking forward to. Brendan Schaub last fought LeVar Johnson, kind of played the fight a little bit easy. Matt Mitrione won his last fight against Philip DeFries in a really fast knockout, I think about 16 seconds. So that was a really impressive performance. The only factor that I'm really bringing into this fight is that Brendan Schaub can get knocked out. His chin is a little bit questioned. Yeah, the guys he's been knocked out by have been kind of big punchers. I would definitely consider Matt Mitrione to be a big puncher. He's knocked out almost all of his opponents, and I think Brendan Schaub might just be on the list next. If it keeps striking, Matt Mitrione's a lot harder to knock out than Brendan is. So as far as the striking goes, I give the advantage to Matt Mitrione. And then again, looking at the wrestling, Brendan Schaub's been working a lot on his jiu-jitsu. He entered a jiu-jitsu tournament, didn't do very well. He fought really boringly, and I think that the match went to a tie. But he has been working on his ground game. I don't think it's enough. I'm just seeing Matt Mitrione all day on the ground, in the stand-up, and I even think Matt Mitrione may knock out Brendan Schaub early on. So we'll see, and if so, I think Brendan Schaub may be on the chopping block from the UFC. Then we have Renan Barrillo versus Eddie Wineland. Again, this is kind of an easy pick for me. Renan Barrillo should get this. Eddie Wineland, he's good, but he's just beaten in every aspect of the game. Barrillo's striking is just so fast and so versatile. He throws kicks and he throws things in a way that no one else seems to. If Eddie Wineland takes him down, that he doesn't really like to do, Wineland usually prefers to stand and box. But if he does take down Renan Barrillo, he's extremely aggressive from the guard, and Renan Barrillo will probably be able to submit Eddie Wineland. And in the stand-up, he's probably going to be able to either outscore him or he will knock him out in the later rounds, because it is for the interim bantamweight title, so it's going to go, so it can go up to 5 rounds. But we'll see. I don't think it'll go that far. I think Renan Barrillo is going to get the job done. Unfortunately, Eddie Wineland's just not sort of that caliber yet. For example, Eddie Wineland lost to Uriah Faber, and Renan Barrillo destroyed Uriah Faber. So it's one of those things where Eddie Wineland, maybe he's got a puncher's chance. Apart from that, he doesn't have much of a chance. Then we have the main event, Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson. Really looking forward to this fight. Two almost mirror images of each other. Both of them have a very unusual type of striking, very unorthodox striking base. They can both knock people out, they can submit people, they can out-wrestle people. So really interesting seeing two guys so similar fight. And what this basically comes down to is Jon Jones, Alexander Gustafsson, very similar, but Jon Jones is far superior in all aspects. So with the striking, both their striking is unorthodox, both their striking is very lengthy, they have knockout power, they throw punches, they throw kicks, they move forward, but Jon Jones is just that little bit better than Alexander Gustafsson. It's a great opportunity for the young Swede, and he is coming up the ranks very nicely. And after his fight with Jon Jones, I think he's still going to be sitting right at the top of the light heavyweight division. But I just don't think this is going to be his fight yet. Maybe he can come back to it. Alexander Gustafsson's still young. He's still going to keep working. He's still going to keep improving. But Jon Jones is at his peak, and he's been running through guys. And I don't think Alexander Gustafsson's going to be an exception. He beats him in the striking. He beats him in wrestling. He beats him in submissions. And Jon Jones is going to keep his title for a pretty long time, I think. We're going to have to get used to seeing Jon Jones round a lot, and he's probably going to be looking to beat Anderson Silva's records in the years to come. Anyway, those were my predictions for UFC 165. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing how the fights are going to play out, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's predictions. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.